Shalom and welcome to 2 Minutes of Torah. This year is entitled Daf Yomi Yevamot Nun Gimel Amid Bet. The Gemara talks about the concept of anus. It's about a woman who is unfortunately tragically raped. What about the possibility of a man? Was it such a phenomenon of a man raping the anus, where he's told to do it at gunpoint, or also have to give up his life? So the Rambam has an amazing statement regarding Yereg Vayavor. There are certain times that you have to give up your life. The big three, of course, and times of Gezeiros, times of Shmad. And he writes the following. Let's say a person is told, bow down to the idol or else I'll kill you. So we all know the halach is he has to be killed. And the pressure's too much. And he just doesn't want to die, even though it means bowing down to the idol. So what do we do to such a person who does go ahead and bows down to the idol? So he's chayav misa. He certainly should get some punishment. The Rambam says, nope. He doesn't. Even though he did this horrible violation, and if it was public, it was chil Hashem b'Rambam. Nevertheless, ones. He calls it ones. You don't get malchus and you don't kill him. Now his question is, what do you mean he violated this ones? A lot of pressure, yes. Ones, it would seem not. Onus is a woman goes raped against her will. That's honest. There's no free will whatsoever. Over here, a person had free will. The biggest proof that he had free will is the Torah tells him, choose death and don't bow down to the idol. The Torah holds he has free will. So how does the Rambam say onus? How does he use the term onus? Which means he has no free will. He was forced. So I'm wondering if the definition of free will is not where it's possible to choose one way or another, because then you're right. He's not onus. He had free will. And he had the possibility, it's not a woman who chas v'shalom was raped. That's not the same case. But maybe over here, it's different. Because what is the typical case of free will? Where we have two desires. We have a desire to do something wrong, and then we have a positive will, free desire, positive desire, whatever you want to call it, to not. We're involved in a business, and there's a possibility of a major scam, millions of dollars, and we have a choice. We could go ahead and somehow try to steal that money, embezzle the money, or not. We can overcome that desire. So it's two things that are sort of on the table. The person goes ahead and sees a woman, he decides to go ahead and look at her in an appropriate way, or to overcome that desire. There's two things on the table, desire to do something wrong, really overcome it. There are certain times when the halacha recognizes that this is not a fair, so to speak, situation. It's not an even situation. That a fear of death, it's already so deep in the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind is saying to the person, you need to survive. And it's deep in the psyche. When do we have typical free will, where a person will be liable to death? Where it's a conscious desire, and of course consciously he can overcome that desire. But when it's something which stems from the subconscious part of the psyche, like the need to survive, there the Torah says you must lachatchila overcome. It's true, it's a powerful desire. It's true, it comes from the deep, deep recesses of one's psyche. Nevertheless, you have to overcome. That's your chiv. Overcome it and die. But when do we go ahead and say that Basin will punish such a person? When it's to a desire, and the conscious desire, and of course, consciously you can overcome it. Over here, when it's so deep in the psyche, and the psyche is not just offering it as a desire, the psyche is saying, you must. So in such a case, even though it's true, the person has to overcome it, but in such a case, we still give him the title of anus. It's a chiddush from the Rambam, but that's, I think, how he is understanding the sugya. Shalom.